It is said that small is beautiful. Certainly, our country has a great entrepreneurial tradition recognized internationally, but this peculiarity can simultaneously create difficulties in terms of access to financial resources, a circumstance that inevitably affects its ability to compete in global markets. How can we rethink the organizational model of businesses? Perhaps small is no longer beautiful.
I have never personally believed too much in that assertion, in the sense that I have always considered it partially or completely partial. As I mentioned earlier, the fact that we have an entrepreneurial fabric capable of continuously regenerating itself due to a spirit of initiative, a pursuit of well-being through commitment, effort, and the ability to take risks are extremely positive elements of our country. So it's good to have them. But small is beautiful when it can grow and become big. One must have the courage to grow because growth involves risks. The first risk is perhaps losing total control of the company, or it may require engaging in riskier activities such as the need to collaborate more with others. What I am seeing is a process of change regarding this statement of small and beautiful. I see it in what sense? There are still some limitations in our entrepreneurial fabric. We have been somewhat incapable of creating truly important national champions. The great national champions are almost all products of the state's intervention in the economy. Think of Enel, Eni, or other companies. There are, of course, very large private family-owned companies, such as Luxottica and Ferrero, which are exceptional examples of success. However, there are too few companies of that size. In my opinion, as I mentioned earlier, we have a nice array of medium-sized companies that drive the country, especially thanks to exports. However, more needs to be done for this. More needs to be done to be more competitive and more attractive. There is no shortage of capital, but sometimes courage is lacking, as I mentioned earlier, to make important choices that slightly change the approach to the market and competition. We will be able to find some new models as well. For example, we have had the model of industrial districts, which has worked very well here. That was a production fabric integrated within itself because each one contributed a piece. The mosaic concept I referred to earlier when talking about innovation and the open innovation model. Each person was a specialist, hyper-specialized in a small part, but all of it then flowed into a system that was capable of producing value and wealth. Some of these districts of ours are still very strong, while others, unfortunately, have gone into crisis. Certainly increasing the size of businesses is an objective that we should set for ourselves at the political level as well, and therefore industrial policies, fiscal policies, and economic policies should be aimed at promoting aggregations, fostering growth, and not penalizing them, which unfortunately we have done in the past, contributing to, if we want, exacerbating this very individualistic spirit that we Italians have, which is extremely important for the regenerating fabric, but can then become a limitation if it fails to find the courage to grow in size and thus operate with more risk.